वेलकम. क्या हाल है दोस्तों?
सब बढ़िया है.
बढ़िया, all good?
All good.
Okay.
Not good.
So we are here to talk about your album, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little about the birth of this album and how did it all start? How did it all come together?
Right. So it was written back in 2013, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And it was a one song for all these sins. So it was one stanza per sin. That was the whole idea. But then Harsh came up with the idea a couple of years back that I think we should, after Hunchback Hatred, that we should deep dive more inside the sin album and the sin concept as such and make an album about it. So every song then got a sin assigned to it, kind of a thing.
So 2013 is where you wrote the lyrics. 2023 is when Hunchback Hatred was released. And 2 years after that, now we are releasing Let There Be Sin.
So 12 years in the making.
12 years kind of in the making.
Yeah, not religiously working towards it as such, but it's more like it was something which was kept somewhere closed, and then finally we opened the Pandora's box.
Yeah. So we have this habit of whenever we come up with music, so we just make sure that we go back and see if we have anything that we've written solid, and we kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
It happens with musicians. It happens with everyone who is into some or the other form of art. They tend to write something good and just forget about it. So I have that habit that I just always bug him that you should, before writing new, just check if you have something in the kitty where we can work about something or make it. So this was, any which ways, all of us are into intense form of art. We love writing and reading about religion and any form of occult or dark themes, philosophy, you just
Fantasy
name it,
themes,
fantasy, lore.
Science fiction.
Yeah, so when back in 2013 when he wrote this song, it was a favorite of mine then. But then when we kind of evolved and now
What was the song called?
Sevenfold Vices
Behold.
Behold.
Yeah, that was the name of
That
the
was the
song.
name of this song.
And you'll hear this tag quite a
Throughout
few
the
places
album.
in the
Yeah.
album.
Right. So actually that was one of my questions as well.
Okay.
Vices Behold Sevenfold. What's the story behind it?
Yeah, so 7 sins, the cardinal sins that talks about human
So it's a
indulgence.
biblical concept.
Biblical concept. Yeah. So yeah, that was the whole idea. I mean, step by step. So we have sloth, we have lust, we have gluttony, we have pride, we
Greed.
have greed, we have envy.
Envy,
is
wrath.
there. Yeah.
Wrath.
Wrath. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there has to be a sinner as well, which came because of the artwork.
Artwork guy.
Yes.
Yeah. So Fajar, who's the artwork guy, who's from Indonesia, he was preparing the artwork, and he made an artwork in such a way where we actually were compelled to write another song and make it a small concept in a way where this is what it is. These are the sins. How a human will go about it and save himself, safeguard himself.
Whether safe or given.
With a sigil or probably with his thoughts, his mind. So that was the whole idea of the song Emasculator, which is kind of a bonus
Bonus track happened because of the artwork.
because of the artwork. And the intro is something happened because of Emasculator.
Emasculator has a melody which he wrote,
Yeah.
which is freaking amazing. And I took that melody, turned it into an intro for an album for performing live whenever we are doing our connections and whatnot, because
It's like a intro before we enter the stage.
Yeah.
Just like
Ecstasy of Gold for
Ecstasy,
Metallica, etc.
So it was, we consciously thought of naming it Birth, Life, Death because that's the concept of the band.
Where did Birth, Life, Death come from, by the way?
So Eternal Returns
Very
as
good
a
story.
concept is that the universe is reoccurring and it will continue to do so. So it's the cycle, birth, life, death, and the cycle continues. So this birth, life, death as a phase was coined by Decibel Magazine's Sean, and he's a good friend who kind of helps us in our music when we start to promote. So he coined it, and it was only apt that we use it in the
Yeah.
album as
So,
a intro.
He just, after listening to our music,
This
so,
is
you
what he
know,
called us.
He just called us that this is birth, life, death metal. So you
We
know,
stuck to it.
Not
we
just death
stuck-
metal, it's birth, life,
birth,
death
life,
metal.
death metal. So the idea is because all of our songs, you know, they have a story. You know, it's from start to end. It like narrates an entire story.
Story musically as well as lyrically.
yes, as well as lyrically, of course. So like that is where it comes from. You know, when lyrics itself is telling a story, so you write music in such a way that, you know, it starts, it has a, you know, solid body, then it comes to something which ends with a satisfaction or not, depending on how the story is supposed to be.
And the tag birth, life, death kind of, resonated with us
Yeah.
because you're the originator, the birth.
Yeah, it kind of
He gives life to the band by writing stuff, and I produce and finish them off, so I'm
execute
death.
it. So we kind of, you know,
Oh.
took it as a persona.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
went well. We did not end up taking it, but it was just like how we
right in.
function. So if we look at how ER functions, this is like a very normal life in a song. Normal day in a life of a song of Eternal Returns is birth, life, death. It's something like that.
And I mean, if I can spice it up a little bit, maybe there's a Shakti waiting somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. In a world where people have started romanticizing sins, how does your album depict the sins? Do you personify them, or do you see them in other ways through your album?
So it's more like, see, it's metal. We are here to say a story. That's what I believe in,
Yeah.
and that is what the band believes in. I'm not glorifying anything. I'm just giving it out there that this is
Yes.
how the world is perceived right now. This is what people do and sin. It is up to you how
Yes.
you take it and move forward. If you want to sin, go ahead, sin, and face the consequences of whatever that is. And if you don't, and if you protect yourself in a way, then you can enjoy life in a better way.
So that is the entire point, basically. See, for us, we are, when it comes to presenting this album, since it's a very biblical concept, so we are kind of a band who presents the stuff how it is. These entire songs, entire scenes are presented how they are. Okay, we have presented it not in a fashion that someone after reading it might take it as these guys are
Inspiration.
supporting
So this is not an
inspiration,
inspiration.
or not. Neither someone who is not will find it as okay. I think they are more of a promoting the good side. It is like how it is. Your personality might perceive it in a
And
way
music-
if you are pro or con.
I think music is very subjective, like
Yes. Exactly,
comedy.
same.
People look at it in a different way. I mean, I have a different idea of how I wrote the song. Probably
Yes.
someone else will
Yes.
think of it in a different way, and I think
That's the
how-
beauty of it, actually.
beauty of it, because that's what art is all about. Everyone has
Perception.
to perceive it in a way which they think
Yes.
is resonating with them.
So if someone wants to perceive it as promotion of sins, that's also okay with us. If someone
But-
wants to see it as they are against the sins, that is also okay with us.
Yeah.
So as long as
your perception,
Exactly.
your
that is how we
So you've left it to the listeners' perception and opinions.
Yes.
Okay. Track 2, Sloth. Track 3, Lust. There is such a contrast in both. Sloth is a little thrashy, whereas Lust is a little poppy. To me, when I heard it, right? What was your mindset in seeing these two sins that led to making these changes in both? Or rather, what pictures come to your mind when Sloth or Lust are mentioned?
So I can probably talk about Lust. Harsh, you can talk about
Yeah,
Sloth.
sure.
So I'll start off with Lust. So I had this idea of, so eventually, since growing up, we've seen in videos, movies, whatever, how lust overcomes everything else in life. If somebody can control lust, I think they've won the battle in their own mind, is what I felt about it. So writing about lust was super easy in a way, but putting it down as a composition was difficult, I would say. So lyrically, it was written like quite fast, I would say. I mean, it was super fast because I had an idea of what I needed to do lyrically, and we were just conscious of what we needed to do compositionally. So that is where Harsh pitched in, and we thought of, okay, we'll make it industrial rap,
kind of a nu
thing,
metal song.
nu metal song, which is surprising for everyone else because this is the first time we are trying to do it in the scores of being in a metal framework.
Even
And,
for band's history, it's an oddball.
Yeah.
Considering everything that we put out.
Yeah, and continuing on Lust again. So I always wanted, we always have, all three of us have hip hop and nu metal influences deep down because that is where we come from 2000s, 2010s. So I always wanted to have that kind of freedom, to maybe I had this here, but I was not getting that entire, pivot wherein, I could just place that nail. But then when he wrote this and writing, like rap and all that stuff is up his alley. He can do it. That is why he's saying it came very quick because hip hop writing comes very naturally to him. Of course, other things come too, but that comes very naturally. And I had that, peace of mind behind me because Shanks brings a lot of technical prowess. So I did not have any second thoughts when it came to experimenting because I knew that when it comes to writing and composition, we will pull this off because I had a huge confidence in his technical prowess that what I want and what we want rather here will be delivered. And after 2-3 albums, what your flavor is or what
you're dealing with.
You make 1, 2, 3, 4 type of stuff, but that fifth chemical or addition which will make it eternal returns. So that flavor we've identified. So we are not kind of very we hesitant when it comes to that's the right word. We are not hesitant when it comes to experimenting because we know what will bring us under the eternal returns umbrella. So that we know.
Your flavor is always going to be there.
Yes.
Sloth
is sloth itself, if you look at a sin, is basically laziness. But then if you see this whole album as a concept and we as people, the very first easy sin that comes to anybody is laziness. That is the root of every cause, is what I feel. And being the first track in an album, I also wanted to present it in a way that although it's about laziness, it has to be fast.
That is the question I would have wanted to ask you because the song is so ironic because I wrote the drums for the song, and usually when he writes the whole guitar parts, he sends, and I was writing the drum parts. I was like, I'm gonna have a very lethargic style of drumming in this song is what I was gonna think of. Sloth, I'm gonna make it on the nose or something. And then the riffs, then when you listen to the riffs, it's like
it's very
the irony isn't dead on me for this song.
Exactly.
So this song is gonna have the craziest, fastest drums that we can.
And that is the surprise element.
See these.
So it's complete.
Yeah, exactly. And to answer his question, see, generally this is all concept point of view is all good, but then also from an album perspective, the very first song has to be like in your
freaking face.
And good that it fell that Sloth happened to be the first song. So we got to lyrically we got to write it about how laziness is just wrong for you.
Mirroring musicality.
And musicality wise, we are presenting it in a way that it will kill you.
Yeah.
It will kill you. If you are lazy, it will kill you. The music is fast. Maybe you can identify something out of it.
And that is where the point which I was making. It's subjective.
Yes.
Anyone can perceive it in a way which they want. They like.
So if somebody reads the lyric, they will feel the lethargy. But then somebody is into music, they will also feel that this is what needs to be killed.
This might happen to me.
This laziness might kill me that faster, how the song is. Yeah, maybe that is one way of looking.